What up, YouTube? Welcome back to another VitoVerse. This is the new year, our 2024, the year of the Mamba, the year of truth. We are here with my two co-hosts. What's cracking with y'all, dogs, man? What's going on with y'all, man?
Oh, man. It's
Not
here.
feeling as usual.
Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. Man, so how was y'all New Year's, man? Just to kind of start off, how was y'all New Year's celebrations this year?
Samson, you go first.
It was nothing special.
This is not the icebreaker, by the way. This ain't the
I
icebreaker.
know. That's why I let Samson go first.
It was nothing special. I celebrated. I went to sleep all the way up until probably about the time I celebrated, said Happy New Year, and called it good. Like that's basically. It wasn't anything special. Just bringing in the new year. That's all.
Cool. Yeah, you breaking up right there a little bit.
Yeah, man.
You in the Matrix.
Oh, was I breaking up so bad? Oh, my internet connection?
I don't know. I know. I heard Neo for a minute. You know what I mean? And Morpheus. I don't know if they, was trying to tap you back out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Oh, they calling you.
I'm good. Hopefully,
They
I'm
calling
better
you.
now.
Hopefully they'll sit up here and take us all out of this weird reality. Hey, did y'all hear about that? I'll tell y'all about it later. Never mind. No. What about you, man? What about your New Year's? How was that?
Oh, that was actually amazing. Basically, I actually did my little side job. Basically, did some bartending. So people actually don't know. I actually bartend. So pretty much, I went to a friend's house. It's like 9 minutes from here. Bartend, made a good amount of money. Got people messed up. Pretty much, this way to go about. I realized we had like 6 shot glasses with Russian with roulette. So yeah, that was gonna be fun. So yeah, everybody, yeah. And someone brought a bottle, like a really big bottle of tequila. So I was like, well, might as well just use this as the roulette. So let's go with it. So yeah, everybody was messed up. But yeah, it was great. I enjoyed it. Bringing the new year, got to see certain things that I was hoping to be complete before the new year started. So, like friends actually sealed the deals, basically, like kind of, beef and everything that was between each other. Just finally closed the book on that. that chapter, start a new chapter. So that was one of the biggest things I was happy about. But other than that, that was about it.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, mine was like a 35-year-old should be, you know what I'm saying? We up in the age or whatever. Just a nice calm evening with a nice little maybe a cocktail or two, you know what I mean? Just a nice little evening. No parties, no clubbing, no
I know.
pound towns or nothing like that, cuz we were just very, very just, mellow. We passed that age. So, mine was pretty average, just like everybody else's. I don't think I heard
Yeah.
of anybody really doing too much. We didn't even do a peace drop this year down here in Atlanta because we spent
I
so
ain't,
much money throughout the year. So
I ain't realized we did one.
yep. Atlanta said, nah, we're not doing a peace drop just because we done spent a lot on a lot of things.
What's
We had a
up?
lot of event.
What is a peace drop?
Peach.
Oh,
Peach.
peach drop.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
peach. Yeah. So down here in Georgia, just like in the Big Apple, the Big Apple has the ball drop. That big
Right.
old, what is that, disco ball or whatever that thing
Yeah.
is.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So, down here in Atlanta, we have Georgia Peach drop down in, Midtown or whatever. So
Mm.
this year we didn't do it. Our first year. Matter of fact, I believe not. Okay.
No,
So
it's gotta be this
no,
year. We did
no,
last
no.
year.
I'm saying no. Like last year, they threatened that we weren't going to do it, and then
Oh.
we actually still did it. So this year, we actually carried it out and was like, nah, we ain't doing it. We had so much we put in, so much the city did this year. They had a lot of it was a very eventful time this year, especially with the 50th anniversary of hip hop, and there being a lot of things going on down here. It definitely was a time to actually be down here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of historical situations down here. A couple bowl games. Just a couple of it. Just a lot. So, I mean, the ball drop is, or the peace drop is taxpayers' money. So, they weren't going to try to hit us over the head with no craziness anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? More than they already did. You know what I mean? So. So shout out to Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? We coming up down here. It's starting to be the entertainment mecca, so But speaking of entertainment, what have been your latest shows that you have been watching? This is our icebreaker. What has been your latest shows that you have watched, currently caught up on, or are interested in taking a little gander with? I'm gonna start with you, Noto.
Um. Hmm. That's actually a good question. Let's see. I think we already started the new season for animes this year. So I think I'm kind of dabbling in a couple of things. Trying to think. There was something on my list. I can't remember what it was. Oh, that's what I was thinking. I'm actually looking forward to check out. I'm actually forward to check out Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Actually,
Okay.
the new one with Childish Gambino, basically.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So yeah, but I thought it was gonna be a movie, but it's actually a series. So because I had to look at the trailer again for the second time, and I was showing my fiance it. So I was like, oh, she was like excited to see. Like, oh, it's gonna be a movie. I want to see the difference. Like, it's a series. I'm like, wait, what? So, but yeah, so that I'm actually kind of looking forward to. I just actually checked out a couple of animes. I think one I just looked at before we actually did the start today. It was one on my list I wanted to check out. And I can't remember the name, but I just saw it real quick. But Masho season 2 starts tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yep, season 2 starts tomorrow. So
National starts tomorrow?
Yep,
Nice.
season 2.
Nice.
So if you guys don't know,
Cool.
it starts tomorrow. So let you guys know.
All right. Cool.
So,
Cool.
but yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All right. Sans the Mr. Blurry Couch down there. What about you, Sanstar?
So I just got finished with Yu Yu Hakusho, the little live action boy.
Uh-huh.
I found it entertaining. I think it was decently done as far as adaptations, though I realized that they set up that tournament at the end to be the equivalent of the tournament, like the Dark World tournament, I think, which is
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
which I was like, oh man, I hope this isn't the tournament. And then it
Yeah.
turns out to be the tournament. I was like, oh, that sucks because
And it
you
was
missed.
weird. It was weirdly the tournament. That's what's crazy.
Yeah,
It was weirdly the tournament. It was odd how
they
they went
messed
into it.
up. Yeah,
Yeah.
they really messed. I think they really dropped the ball on that because there was so much. There was in that tournament in itself. There's so much character building from all of those characters, and they just kind of rushed through it. I really wish they would have treated it because those were two separate, arcs. I
Mhm.
really wish they would have treated that arc where they actually save what's his name's sister separately because Toguro is in that arc, but
Yeah.
he doesn't really try there. And then you see the growth of Yusuke, and then you see them actually battle. And that one, that I think that would have, if they would have saved that even for season 2, I would have been happy with that. They really glossed over the spirit wave too, which I guess they kind of do in the show too. But um, they completely missed the shotgun. Like when he gets all like his, I think he really
Oh
only
yeah,
uses
yeah,
that move once.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
just just even when he comes back from doing his like Genkai training the first time and he
Mhm.
steps up and they're like, "Oh, what have you learned, Yusuke?" And he's like, and then the
Yeah.
enemies come at him, he's like, "Shotgun!" Beep, beep,
Yeah,
beep, beep, beep. Like that's dope. But it's like we didn't get that at all. So
yeah.
but still though, I was entertained with it. Whoever plays Botan, man, I don't know if they got the like the actual American actress or like voice actress to do that part, but she sounds really, really, really close to
Mhm.
like the
Yeah.
original Botan from Yu Yu High, at least the Americanized one, like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
American
yeah.
dub
Yeah.
version. She
Right.
sounds a whole lot like her, so I was like, dang, is that
Are all
actually
those
her?
voice actors still alive?
I don't know. That's a
I
good
would
question.
imagine. I would imagine. Yeah. Well, yeah, because the person who plays Genkai is Frieza.
Oh,
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 that's
yeah, yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah. That's right. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
But no, they
So
they changed the freezer though, didn't they?
Yeah, they changed it this for the Super, but
for
I
the
mean,
super,
I
yeah,
thought it
well,
changed midway in like I thought it changed midway into GT.
mm, I don't think so. I know
yeah.
they changed it for. I know they changed for Super, but I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
but in for this actual series, I don't think so.
Because you
Yeah.
remember in what was it, GT?
Yeah, there's
They went into
the hell go
the
the Demon World.
yeah, the little demon world stuff, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
Frieza was
or
there.
Yeah.
or basically trap Goku in the Demon World, basically,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I
only
don't
just
know if they changed that for that reason though. If they did, because
No, no,
because because I
I
was gonna
don't.
say the whoever plays Frieza, her voice or his or whoever his
It's a
voice
her.
is in a bunch of different stuff anyway. So
yeah,
like even in newer stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
so like
That's all
I wouldn't be surprised, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Overall, I think it was good. So because I finished that, and MF Ghost finally got done. Um,
Oh, you watched it?
yeah,
I'm so
yeah,
I'm so
yeah.
Yeah.
mad.
What? That it's over already?
I'm so because oh my god, the last episode kind of hurt my feelings.
Oh yeah, because they set him up. Then you like, yes, I finally get to see at least the trial run.
Yeah,
Nope,
and I'm
you
like,
don't get that.
nope.
You don't
You get season. It's like, yeah, 2024. I'm like, are you serious?
get.
They're like, you should have heard me on Sunday. I was screaming. I was like, I can't believe you're doing this to me. Why of all time?
Yeah,
Like
they got through everybody's and stopped right at his. I think that was really dumb, but
that was
beggars can't be choosers. But yeah, so since I got done with that, um, I've decided that I was gonna go ahead and get into Blue Eye Samurai because
oh yeah.
I've been late to that series, and I think I'm only on episode. I think I'm about to start episode 4. I'm like wow, that show. I Yeah, I was definitely blown away. I'm already a whore for samurai stuff anyway,
Same.
but like the story building, storytelling in it is like it's really, really spot on. And at first I didn't think I would like the animations because I don't really like that. It's I don't know what you call that animation. It's almost like it's not like stop motion, but like the like kind of how the movements are just like a little bit weird. Like you could tell somebody like maybe moved the character themselves with their hands, and it just has like that kind of like abrupt movement. Kind of like a I can't even really think of anything.
Ruby. I was gonna say Ruby.
No, more like kind of like what is that that movie? The old like the with the dog. Um
Oh, you talking about
what is
that claymation type?
yeah, kind of in that
Oh,
sense. Um
that Japanese movie that came out with the dogs that was in those islands or whatever like that.
no,
Oh, I
no,
know.
no, no.
Oh,
I'm talking about the American the with the dude and his dog and like he's on a farm or something like that.
I know you're talking about.
That company also did like the chicken, whatever the chicken one
chicken.
is.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but anyway,
Chicken Run.
Chicken Run, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It kind of has like that kind of motion to it, but like the more I watch it, the more like the motions look a lot more natural. And yeah, that show is awesome. Like I'm surprised at how much I like it.
No, you should tell
Um,
them why they look so natural because we watched
Oh yeah, that's
we watched
right.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, you guys,
That's
yeah,
what
we
we.
watched behind the scenes of that mess. Oh my god, that's made me like want me. Like I'm still like kind of having a chance to watch it, but I also heard they're doing season 2 right now. But oh boy, like
Mhm.
I need to
I'm
jump
guessing
on it.
that was something ATL, huh?
No. It
No,
was on
no,
the
No.
it was on the Netflix
uh,
weekend that we were doing or whatever like that.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So they had like special behind the scenes geek on in Geek Week or whatever like that. They showed
Mm.
that was the first time me and Noto had actually heard about it. We was like, oh, we wish Sandstorm was here. Oh snap,
yeah.
this would be right up
We
his
really
alley.
said that clear as day.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that was
yeah.
fire, man. A friend suggested, and Animusha is like up there now too. So
Yep.
Hmm.
like I gotta watch that, and then I think I still haven't watched Rebel Moon, but I think I'm gonna do that this weekend along with Equalizer 3. So
Gotcha,
yeah,
Yep.
gotcha.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing with Rebel Moon.
Yeah.
Watch that after I come back from take my fiance to the airport.
yeah. I
Oh
just feel
yeah.
like it's because Vito already said like if you watching it, don't think of it like as comparison to Star Wars. And I
Yeah.
think I had the intent to watch it before, but my intent was to watch it and be like, okay, how much closer is this to Star Wars? So I had to really give it like some time to kind of empty thoughts, like treat it like its own like
Entity.
movie. Yeah. So like I have free time this weekend. I'm like, you know what? There's no distractions after I get off of work. I don't really have anything to do until, our well, that's a lie. Now I got the podcast. But after the podcast, I really don't have anything to do. So I can just take that time to really just sit down and just like enjoy it for what it is.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
So, what I've been watching recently, or what I just got done watching, whenever is Rebel Moon. I'm gonna start off with that. Um, if anybody's watched my last video, or whatever, I did the reaction to the second movie trailer. So, they have that coming out, I believe, in April. So we have a little time to actually kind of still digest this movie. Now I've watched it 2 times now.
Mm-hmm.
I had this theory of you need to watch this movie at least 3 times. The first time to get out all of what you need to get out your let's compare to Star Wars. It was a Star Wars film, all this other stuff, right? Just you watch it and you try to get all the comparisons out. You know what I mean? So I watched that the first time, try to get my little mind wrapped around how this was a Star Wars film to begin with. Then the second time around, now it's not a Star Wars film. Now I'm going to watch it to better understand what they're doing. And the third time I'm supposed to watch it because I haven't watched it the third time. I'm making up my mind: is it digestible, and do I hate it or love it?
Makes sense.
So I have not did my third watch yet, but after the second watch, there is some stuff I have questions of, and I know for a fact these two films are not going to answer it. It feels as if it was a director's cut, like it should have been all one big giant movie, instead of a 2-part, whatever they're doing or whatever. But I understand Netflix probably gave Zach a little like, hey, look, you got to cut it. You know what I mean? You got to do this, you got to do that, blah, blah, blah. And they could have a deal for a director's cut. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it does seem as if this needs to be some type of trilogy. And these two movies that's going on right now should actually still be one movie and stuff. There could have been some stuff they could have done without. They did a lot of slow motion.
Mm-hmm.
So just be prepared for that. And there's no comic relief. So that's another kind of like distasteful thing in my mouth. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, pause. It just really like, without somebody being some type of comic relief, it makes it a little, you know what I mean? So we'll see what they'll do with this, if it's a franchise or whatever like that. I would have liked for Zach to come out with a book first, explaining lore of what's going on, especially since it's not a Star Wars film. Because with Star Wars, we already have lore to actually go off of, so we kind of have a general idea where you're going. This we don't. So, you know what I mean? And it's not doing a good job as far as explaining that. So that's my opinion of it. I watched What If season 2, the 9-night episode released, which was very ingenious. I really like that they did it like that. You know what I mean? But it was just like season 1. You know what I mean? It actually kind of continued or gave us stuff that was promised for season 1, which was Gamora's story. They continued Captain Marvel what's her name? Captain Carter story. They expanded a little more on her a little bit. They gave us a new character. They expanded more on the Supreme Strange and stuff like that. It was nice, especially at the end of it, which I'm not going to give it away, guys. But it does pay off to another series that we just got done with. So I was like, hey, I finally a Marvel TV show is talking to another Marvel TV show to kind of combine notes. Like, hey, we're doing this. All right, hey, you mind if I do this? Finally, you know what I mean? So, shout out to Marvel. That was a pretty good little series. Another thing that I caught up on was Bleach. Now, remember I told you guys that I wasn't gonna,
that's right.
yeah. I wasn't going to go ahead and watch that until everything was out. Yeah, so
imagine having to watch those week by week.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't. I was back to back, and I was like, "Ooh, okay." And then it ended with a little cliffhanger. I'm like, "Oh, I like this." And the season's coming out soon, I believe, or whatever like that. So I'm like, "Yeah, this is definitely gonna be." I like this. I like how they do it. Now I do admit certain stuff I gotta go back and rewatch because I kind of got lost. By me taking a long pause like that, you know what I mean? Because remember I started off with the first 2 episodes, and I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna let it catch up. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. So, I gotta go back. So I'm gonna rewatch it. I'm gonna binge watch it. I'm gonna rewatch it from the very beginning just to kind of get the feeling of.
Did you like the Kenpachi turn up? My man's finally.
Oh yes, yeah, that was crazy.
A Shikai.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna definitely have to. I'm just gonna reread. You know what? I really don't like Quincy's now. At first, I was okay with it.
It got real, didn't it?
Look, I already know what you guys are talking about. So like, even though I haven't watched it, and I read the manga, so I know how this completely ends. So I'm like, I know exactly how you felt because I felt the same. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, it got super real and really dark,
real quick. Yeah, real quick. And then
I was wait a minute, they was like a side character, but like they should still be. Nope, they're dead. No, they're dead.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you know, this whole thing made me just I I don't like them no more. You know what I mean? So I thought they was pretty cool. I thought they added on, you know, there's some good, you know, teamwork. You know, let's fight these
I
hollows. No,
mean,
no,
they
nah.
showed you exactly how strong they were. They wasn't
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah.
They was. I mean, to make Genry Usai turn up on them like that, and then man,
Yeah.
like my man, Captain Yamamoto, like, just you know what I'm saying? Like he just like you never seen his Bankai before, so like
Nope.
really to see him and be like, "Oh, you really played with me?" You know what I'm saying? Like you know that Yamamoto voice. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
Like
god.
it just like
Oh man.
I knew at that point y'all done messed up. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
but like, how did they mess up? But this ain't even the end of the whole thing. Like I've read the book. I
Yeah.
mean, I've read the manga, so I know how it ends too. But even still in my head, like even watching it, I'm like, man, how did it come to this already? And this is not like a season finale. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
okay, okay.
So yeah, that definitely I'm excited for the second season or whatever. That definitely had me like, oh my, or you know, when they continue or whatever.
Third season, yeah.
Third
Yeah.
season.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna watch it until it's fully done, and then I'll
Like me,
base.
exactly.
Yeah. Like no,
Nah,
but I'm waiting
yeah,
for it to be like from that point all the way to like the actual ending to see the actual ending and see if they actually either a may do something different, which I highly doubt.
I don't
But
think
at the,
so.
yeah, I say I that see that's a very high bar. I'm saying highly
Yeah.
doubt, but
Mhm.
not gonna happen. But
I
you know,
think
still.
because of how much backlash they got while they were trying to make the manga at the same time as doing the show.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I feel like now they're just like, yeah, let's just stick by the book.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Let's just hand walk the like if there's smaller details and stuff like that that get skipped off, which some of it has, but like they're just like, you know what, the bigger points, like we walking
Yeah.
this all the way through, and that's fine with me because
Yeah.
that's quite a long arc, and
Yeah.
we
It
got
really
time.
is.
Hmm.
We
I
got time.
mean, yeah.
Don't rush it.
It, I know. I'm just being patient.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty much that's what I've been catching up on. Of course, I've been watching Percy Jackson on Disney Plus, and
How was that?
so far so good. You
Yeah.
know, of course, it's for the newer audience, so you know the newer kids. So it's doing a very good job trying to be detailed on things. It's definitely its own entity by itself. You know what I'm saying? I definitely like it. It feels like a genuine Harry Potter. You know what I'm saying? Like not
Mm.
trying to be like Harry Potter, but it actually feels as if it belongs in that realm. You know what I'm saying? It can be like a
The
part of that.
realm of wonder and fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you definitely
Jeez.
yeah, I mean, Percy Jackson definitely is almost like a Harry Potter story in the first place, but you know what I'm saying? Like for him, you know, finding out that he's Poseidon's son and all this other stuff. At first, you know, it's crazy. I almost forgot he was Poseidon's son. For some reason, I was thinking Zeus, but I was like, no, he stole the lightning bolt from Zeus. That's his uncle.
Yeah.
His daddy is
Yeah.
Poseidon. So I was like, snap. That's crazy.
Did he
But
steal the lightning bolt though? Was it
Yeah.
really him? No. I'm just
Exactly.
playing.
Jeez.
so you know it's an interesting. I haven't watched. You know, I have not watched today or this week's episode. So I am behind at least one episode. So there are 4 episodes in right now. So speaking of Disney or Disney Plus, you know, over the holiday or whatever, sometimes it kind of got looked over and stuff like that. But right after Loki, I believe they shared with us the Echo trailer. So let's take a look at that real quick
Dang,
and
that's
give our.
funny. I literally just saw that as we were starting this thing. Okay, go ahead.
Oh
Go.
yeah, yeah. So
I haven't
let's
looked at it
take a
yet.
look at that. Give our thoughts at the end of it. Of course, they're bringing back the Kingpin from the Daredevil series. Also, he was in the Hawkeye series. So if y'all have not seen any of those, go ahead and catch up with those real quick. I'm sure on Disney Plus they have like specific episodes already highlighted for you guys to actually see what's going on. So let's take a look at this real quick and give our thoughts at the end of it.
When I was a boy, I had to choose a path, or fate would choose
Can y'all hear that?
Yeah,
for me. I've hurt people, and I'm going to hurt more. I'm asking forgiveness for what I'm about to do. Savages, gang wars, the city crumbles. Maya, we are the only ones we can trust. Betrayal, that's not something that I can forgive. Nothing about this brings me joy. You brought this on yourself. It hurts me that I have to kill you. Marvel Studios Echo. All episodes streaming January 9th. Set your Disney Plus profile to TVMA to stream. When I was
All right. So what we feeling about this this trailer real quick? I'm gonna start off with you, Sandstorm, since you said you already seen it, but you know what I'm saying. Let's see what you had to say about this.
So first off, they're giving us all the episodes at once, like Netflix style?
Yeah.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay.
That's why that, but it's one less episode than we're normally used to. Because usually we get 6 episodes for.
Yeah, they used to be the formula for like most of the shows.
Yeah.
Well, we're getting 9. We're getting 9, are we?
No.
9 for Echo. We only get 5.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, unless it's no, because it's had all episodes. So
Let's see. All episodes at 5.
yeah,
All episodes.
So basically,
Yeah,
we're
that's
talking
probably
about
5.
so an hour
But-
long episode, an hour long episode, pretty much.
Yeah.
I got a theory on that, but keep on going.
so as I'm watching it, and just thinking about the Marvel stuff overall, at first I've been like having this problem, and this is you know, and with the show too. This is saying something, but at first I had a problem with trying to keep up not problem with trying to keep up with all these shows, but a problem that these shows all were incorporated in a way that like you had to watch them more or less in order to like fully understand like how the movies are going. But now that they're adding more and more characters and stuff and adding separate lines and all these other things, it feels more like they're really trying to press hard to make these shows like the equivalent of what comic books are in the first place. You know what I mean? Like now we're branching off to so many characters that really honestly don't have like the biggest impact on like Avenger type stuff. Like these are just like more backstories and stuff like that, but it's almost synonymous with like how a comic book would be. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got a comic book of Echo, like you would get the story, but it may have continued from like the, you know, the Kate part or Hawkeye or what have you, the Daredevil stuff, but it didn't, but it's not like Avengers impactful. You know what I'm saying? So it's I think now that I'm starting to realize that kind of stuff, it's kind of cool that now I would say you're giving me more of an option than forcing me to watch something. I'm more inclined to watch something if I have the option to watch something. You know what I mean? Like if you told me like, okay, like watch this and you can get some little greedy details about, you know, more about Kate or more about Daredevil or more about Kingpin or how that's going to impact on Spider-Man and stuff like that, cool, I'll watch that. But if you tell me you have to watch this because you're going to miss out, I'm going to be like, why you trying to shove it down my throat? You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I like the move that they're making with Echo because she's not ridiculously important. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not a character that you need to know like one for one or you're going to miss out on the whole universe. Like you might as well just start all the way over and watch from the beginning. So I do like that. And I also like the fact that they're giving some other characters a little bit of face. You know what I'm saying? Like I like that they're giving I like that they're giving I like that they're giving showing a little more from her and what we saw, you know, last from her. But I also like the fact that, you know, they just didn't give Kingpin like a one and done or like he's only meant for this part of the series and he's only impactful in these small little ways. So yeah, I like that. I like that. Overall, am I super excited? No, not really. But um, will I watch it? More than likely, I will.
All right, Noto.
Uh, hmm. I have to kind of agree a little bit with Sandstorm that, well, first of all, it's one of those things where, like, I don't know, it's kind of hard for me to not say digest. It's kind of hard for me to actually kind of get into it. Like, I don't know as much with Echo, but I mean, not really as much as an important character, but we do get to see what's going on with her and how's everything happening. And yeah, we get to see a little bit more with Kingpin, so that's great. You know, because there's still stuff we don't know with him. But I do agree with Sandstorm that, like, you know, if it was something like, you know, had to do with Superman or Daredevil or anything else like these specific characters and he's in it or these characters in it, then yeah, that's perfectly fine. I definitely would check it out because it will actually fill in the gap of like fill in questions like of timelines and different stuff like that with Kingpin. But when it's not as impactful as like I said, if it's not Avengers impactful or anything else, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, so like I said, I do what Sandstorm said. I do agree with him, but like, am I actually gonna check it out? I might not as much because it's not gonna catch my attention. But my curiosity me will actually say check it out because I'm damn just curious about Echo itself and see how this goes. And there may be that little hint of possibilities that like lead into other clues that we don't know. That how the Marvel universe always plays things out. So that's how I feel.
Okay, okay. All right, so I got a different like view of it. Of course, the reason why is because I'm a defenders fan or whatever. So I really love the fact that Disney Plus was able to take all that Netflix property and put it on Disney Plus now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And actually put it together with their MCU, which is technically not. So I think what they're doing is they're trying to make, like Sandstorm was saying, as far as a comic book comparison, they're trying to make sub pockets where you have your Avengers content and their stuff is over there. They don't necessarily have to have something connecting with the Defenders content. So, there's separate worlds, you know what I'm saying? And they're actually giving us where we don't have to actually go back and watch this movie or that series to know what's going on over here. You know what I'm saying? Like this is its own situation. So I really like the fact that they're doing that with Kingpin. Really, do I feel like Echo should have been the first series out of this? No.
Agree.
But because real talk, I really feel this is, if you're gonna make a Kingpin series, just call it Kingpin. Like make
Right.
a Kingpin series, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I really do understand Echo's involvement. That's like his, adoptive daughter or something like that. You know what I mean? So they kind of gave us that feel with Hawkeye, you know what I'm saying? But like, I have a theory about her that is probably going to actually tie back into the Avengers later on, just because of What If. I'm assuming she's a part of the Mohawk tribe, which was introduced in What If. So if you watched any of What If, there was a specific episode dealing with Native Americans and the Mohawk tribe, and we have a new superhero named Kahorti, and she's like this. I don't know what you would call her, but she's OP'd. Like, she's Captain Marvel level, like, up there. You know what I'm saying? So for them to introduce a brand new character that has never had a comic book over on What If, and you're bringing us Echo right after that, and that character over there on What If was the star of the show, one of the stars of the show. I feel y'all about to do something with Echo. You know what I'm saying? Either make her a descendant of Kahorti or what. But something's going on with that. I really think that's probably why they brought Echo. So I kind of have that little theory about that. But as far as like, Daredevil and there being a new Daredevil series coming out, they've been talking about that. So we're going to see more of Kingpin. I don't know if they're going to bring the whole Defenders or if they're going to bring Punisher. There's rumored to be. That would be nice if they do that. But also, too, if they do Daredevil, I would love to see Blade featured in one of those episodes. Simply fact that in Hell's Kitchen, Blade is definitely slaying people and doing what he do down there.
Vampires.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
So definitely, I'm looking forward to see if they do kind of tie in the Midnight Suns from this, like start their own sub stuff, not, what I'm saying, attached to the Avengers stuff. It's its own stuff over here, you know what I mean? And just make that its own thing, which has already been, you know what I'm saying? I would really love that, you know what I mean? So
I wonder if they'll move the Defenders from the other one over.
well, that's
that was
the
all
question.
on the Netflix.
Yeah, that's the question. Like all of those series is over on Disney Plus. So
right.
everything got put over there. But would they actually, like you said, move the Defenders over? I would love to see if they would do that. I don't think they would, because some of those actors did say they won't
come back
right now. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I mean, time will tell. They could recast. I mean, I wouldn't want to, but if, again, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. So
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yep.
in the light of Disney, because we talk about Disney a lot, but
Tell me about it.
Disney is definitely the Illuminati. I'm playing.
Trust me. Look.
Disney has recently lost a copyright to the original, or I don't even want to say the original, but one of the original Mickey Mouse characters. So we're going to actually take a look at the news reports on that and what people's already been starting to do and get our thoughts, about this stuff at the end. So let me cue that up for y'all real quick. Get to this news report.
If you have not tried their bras yet, you need to. Pepper is just an absolutely incredible company.
Remember the original Mickey Mouse, better known as Steamboat Willie? He made his debut in the 1928 animated short film of the same name, directed by Walt Disney and Ub Iwerks. Now this morning, Mickey and thousands of other classic works are entering public domain, following the expiration of a 95-year copyright term. In other words, this Mickey is up for grabs for anyone that wants to use this specific version without permission.
I gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good.
Across social media, users reacting to the news. One posting, "Hey, check out this new character I came up with." A spokesperson for Disney saying more modern versions of Mickey will remain unaffected, adding Mickey will continue to play a leading role as a global ambassador for the Walt Disney Company in our storytelling, theme park attractions, and merchandise. It's not just Mickey. The original Minnie Mouse and Tigger will also be joining the lot.
I'm Tigger.
as well as J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan. Now, you might be wondering, what's the big deal? Winnie the Pooh's copyright ran out in 2022, and shortly thereafter, a slasher film titled Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey hit theaters, leading to outrage from fans all over the world. Even the film's director said he experienced death threats. Now, Steamboat Willie's Mickey will be at the center of a horror video game, Infestation 88, with the creators saying they're looking to infuse nostalgia with terror.
Thought it was just...
All right, so that's the news report. And you hear that Steamboat Willie, a.k.a. First Mickey Mouse, is up for grabs. Anybody can do, I can do something with him. Matter of fact, I'm thinking about making a Vito version of him. You know what I mean? But more or less, you know what I'm saying? Within a couple of short hours or a day or so of that announcement being public, we get a trailer. So we're going to take a look at this trailer.
Oh, God.
And then we're going to give our thoughts at the end of it, just like normal.
Hey there. Thanks for coming out. We've got a bit of an infestation here at the storage facility. We thought it was just rodents, but there's something else in here. There's nests. They're everywhere. We tried to take care of it ourselves, but things have escalated. The exterminators are our last hope. Please, help us before...
All right. So how are we feeling about the fact that this is a thing now? Or how do y'all feel about that whole report and this trailer?
I'll let Noto go first.
Let me just do this real quick, so let me do a little context real quick. I already read about the reports of this, but let me give a little bit of a context. So this is a little off subject. So last night I just had a nightmare for some odd apparent reason, and this was also the nightmare I just had for some odd reason. That's the context. That's why I was doing this. I'm like, oh God, why? Yeah. So I woke up literally like laying on my stomach, and my fiance almost like freaking elbowed me. One was like, what the heck? So yeah. So and I was playing during what happened. But as far as this, I don't even know how to say. I mean, I wasn't really expecting, Steamboat Willie to be up for grabs. I wasn't expecting that, which that's a big surprise because I thought it was that's still under Disney and how that plays out because it's their icon, but didn't expect it. But as for the game, I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't think it's not going to do as well, honestly. I mean, not because of it's Steamboat Willie and everything else. I think just how it just looks kind of really cheesy in my book, like beyond cheesy. But I mean, it's up for grabs. People can do whatever they want with it. So hey,
what's going on, Amanda? Thank you for tuning in to us, and thank you for that comment. Of course, yeah. It is pretty funny.
It's cheesy as heck. I'm like, okay, no.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, as per the news of it, it's surprising. So I wasn't really expecting that. So, but hey, it's not as bad. Hey, it gave me a nightmare. So I'm just like, huh? Why? I thought it was gonna be a movie more than anything than as a game. So, but there's possibilities.
All right, Sandstorm. What about you?
So like Noto, I'm actually really surprised that Disney would let this trail. It's a piece of their history And Disney is really known for holding history like that, and preserving history. And I'm pretty sure they have a ride called Steamboat Willie, so that makes it even more weird.
Yeah.
Um, like that makes it even that even makes it really murky because of the fact that like how does rights work with that and everything because he is it cheesy?
because it's a muscle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That's
She's
okay.
I
silly.
believe so. I believe
Yeah.
so.
Silly.
Yeah. Oh god.
He's too he's too Gouda to be a mouse. Um, uh, as far as
There
the
was Gouda. Oh, it's Cheddar.
right, um, as far as the game goes, though, um, I even when the trailer started, I was thinking like somebody had modded like Five Nights at Freddy's or something like that, and they were just gonna replace the face of
with
yeah, of
Yeah.
Freddy with Mickey or something like that. It's just not everything needs to be like a horror. You know what I'm saying? Like they did that with the train, Thomas the Train, that whole train thing.
yeah.
The
I thought
training
that was
game
a
or whatever.
mod or something.
Yeah, but yeah. It's just it's crazy that like everything has to they have to try and make everything scary like that. But it's just at this point if Steamboat Willie is up for grabs, don't expect it in the next Kingdom Hearts. Like
Yep.
you ain't
Oh,
getting that level again. So
yep. Because we only got that in what the second Kingdom Hearts, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
too, yeah.
Yep.
So but
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
I think it's really weird between Disney and Nintendo. I feel like both of them are very adamant about keeping their legacies around. And that report was talking about, Peter Pan was next, which I think that's probably the least biggest deal out of all of them, including Winnie the Pooh, because we've seen so many adaptations of Peter Pan in the first place. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
I got sent to that one. Go ahead.
Un- unless it's gonna be the true story of Peter Pan, and he's out here stealing kids. You know what I'm saying? Pedophile Peter Pan or something like that. Something stupid.
Yeah, it's gonna
But
be some old
Yeah.
crazy art. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Reflection on the artist.
Yeah.
That's where their mind immediately went to.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that and Tigger, and it's gonna be what was the movie Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey?
Yeah.
It's
Or
gonna
Honey
be
and Blood, Blood Honey with a
Yeah,
Tigger.
it's going. The second one's going to be Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Facts.
that's just how it's going to be. But yeah, once again, yeah, I'm really surprised that Disney would really let that go when they know they have the money to keep that around. And I don't even think it's a matter of how lucrative it is. It's just like it's history. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
preserving history for history's sake. But whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let me add on to one thing to Sandstorm. No piggyback on that. With the Peter Pan, you just when you brought up Peter Pan, I just thought of something in my head, and I just remembered that Liza P is actually doing the DLCs, and one of the things they popped up was a pirate ship, which has to do with Peter Pan.
Ah,
There's a plus. So there is a plus side to that,
yeah.
which that's a good thing because they already been talking about it. Which is like I think it's like Peter Pan and I think it was Little Mermaid, but I could be wrong. But the other one is supposed to be Wizard of Oz too, because Dorothy's in the picture of the game as
Okay.
well. So I can understand the Peter Pan situation because I think the people who were working on Liza P was actually I think they had to wait on get the approval to kind of throw little things here and there for it. So I can
Mm,
actually see the reason for Peter Pan. I can definitely see that. But as
okay.
for anything else, what the heck? Why
Yeah.
would it be a horror movie?
It's gotta be a horror movie. That's
Yeah,
all.
but
That's all there is
So
to
I
it.
do apologize, Vito.
Oh no, you good. But let me start off by saying there's a time and place, and there's an end and there's a beginning and an end.
Yes.
Disney wasn't gonna always have the rights or you're gonna have to renew these rights every year. You're not always gonna have these rights all the time. And then when it's time to actually kind of scale down some stuff and some properties, yeah, that letting go of Steamboat Willie would have been ideal. You know what I mean? You still got your main flagship current adaptations of Mickey, you know what I'm saying, which is always going to be there just like Mario. But definitely it's about time. People are going to you know what I'm saying, like do what they want to do with these things. Now for a horror game, and there's reports of a horror movie being made. I don't know why that's the very first thing people go to, but it's the easiest. And it's something that's already been concepted throughout our whole minds. Like if there's a story of anybody, there's always going to be a horror story of that, of that situation. So that's to be expected, in my opinion. But what I feel as far as like Mickey, well, let me not say Mickey. Let me go to Winnie the Pooh, right? You remember how we did our theories and we did our little theories, little thing or whatever like that. If someone was to make a movie dealing with these characters, I would want them to actually do a movie kind of on the basis of those theories. You know what I mean? If you're going to do like a little horror movie. So if you're going to do a Winnie the Pooh horror movie, let's go into the psych ward and actually start naming out some of these disorders that's in the conspiracy theory about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's make you know what I'm saying, Winnie the Pooh situation, the glutton situation where he's eating people. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Let's go into the ADD situation with Tigger, and he can't stay still, and when he does that, he, you know what I'm saying, makes a mess of things. And you know, let's get into these, like, you have ideas. So to automatically make a slasher or a Five Nights at Freddy type game or movie or something like that, I'm like, that's
Not
cheesy.
Right.
Pun intended. It's cheesy. So it's like, if you were to make a Steamboat Willie situation, let's think of some new ideas or some conspiracy theories if you're going to do a horror movie. But I would honestly want someone to, all these properties that's copyrights are up for grabs, because it's more than just the cartoons. There's actual, like, the Three Stooges and other people, like actual physical people. You know, these characters are up for grabs for people to do anything with. So, you know, if I was like a DC or a Marvel or something like that, I would try to, you know what I'm saying, snatch up some stuff and make a comic, a good comic, you know what I'm saying, out of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it would be, but you know what I'm saying? Like, remember back in the day when some of these studios had like cartoon characters as a comic, and they had cartoon comics, you know what I'm saying? Like the newspaper, you know what I mean? So I would kind of bring back a little feel like that. There's so many things you can do with that, you know what I'm saying, besides make a horror movie. But, you know, if you're going to make a horror movie, make it a good one. Don't just make it some kind of slasher. That's the cheap way out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like everybody's like, oh, we got to make it
That's a
money real
go-to.
quick. Slasher. Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty
So,
much.
all right. So on to our final topic for today, which is a very, very big bang going into the new year. This very first week of the new year. So, you know, it definitely was something unexpected, but it was very controversial. The comedian Cat Williams went on to Shannon Sharp's Club Shay Shay podcast, and they do interviews there too for celebrities or whatever like that. He's done numerous celebrities already. I think before Cat Williams, it was Kirk Franklin. So he has a nice little catalog. He interviews every walk of life you can think of. It's not just comedians or artists. He does like sport. He does everything. You know what I'm saying? So for him to have Cat Williams finally on there, it was like a long awaited type thing. And Cat was actually he's a fan of it, so he watches Club Shay Shay, and on there, he's had some celebrities on there, Cedric the Entertainer, and Ricky Smiley. They have went on there. They have said, their life story and all this other stuff. And one thing that kind of kicked this whole little controversy with Cat Williams and him going into this whole little thing is Ricky Smiley, the comedian Ricky Smiley. On his interview with Club Shay Shay, he said that he actually had the role of Money Mike, or he auditioned for the role of Money Mike. And, he was just telling his truth and basically, what his experience was, with that whole ordeal and why he became the Santa Claus in the Friday After Next instead of Money Mike. And Cat Williams did not like that whole little ordeal. So he goes on there, clears the air in his, perspective. And he had a lot to say. So we're going to pull up just a little bit of this. And there's some other celebrities he went after. But we're going to pull up just a little bit of this because he goes on for a long time.
So Acorns it's
about 3 minutes long. Not 3 minutes. 3 hours long.
Tech company. So I bought everyone's gifts today.
Yeah, shut up. So
recently, for no reason at all, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed.
And I needed you to know why
Here we go. So it's about
What? So Ricky, he told everybody he can't act because Ricky's Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds. That's your story. The one I was in have never been heard in all of.
All right, so I could actually start this from the beginning because it is not.
And I needed you to know why I came by.
Yeah, I need you to tell us why.
People know I don't go everywhere. I'm not interested in talking to people unless it's like a Larry King or somebody of an amazing ilk that I would actually want to go talk to in real life.
Okay.
I don't do it so I can sell product, and I got things to sell, so let me come talk. You have a great product here, and as a fan base, we love the attention that you spend on the guest. We love how much work you've done, how well you know them, how prepared you are. The same things that we liked about you in football.
What's up, Jay Biggs? Thank you for stopping by, man.
You brought that on over to here, and that's why it resonates. And the reason I had to come is because you made a safe place for the truth to be told. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I appreciate
and
that.
I have watched all of these lowbrow comedians come here and disrespect you in your face and tell you straight up lies. I'm talking about things that have never been heard in all of Black Hollywood. They feel comfortable sitting here and lying to you about it.
You gonna set the record straight?
Are you kidding me? You let Ricky Smiley sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. And then he said some stuff that we haven't heard in 100 years in Hollywood. You ain't say nothing. This man told you he had Cat Williams' role. He was gonna be Money Mike.
Wait.
And Cat Williams was gonna be the Santa Claus. Now let's 3 quick points. You mean in Hollywood they cast a 5'5" black Santa Claus that weigh 145 pounds? That's your story. Your story is the Ricky Smiley that couldn't even do curse words because he.
Yeah, he might go missing, bro. He's doing a lot of stuff.
He had a Christian fan base. He was gonna play the pimp. Why you didn't ask him why has he played a woman in more movies than he's played a man?
Well, I didn't know
He shouldn't be able. You wouldn't let a athlete that been on steroids talk about one of the greats. Ricky Smiley can't act because Ricky Smiley can't act. He told you the story about when the movie came out. Where did he say he watched it? At home. He wasn't even at the premiere. You telling this man, you stole that. Oh, so he could get his name in the same sentence with a great one. It is sad. He was just that bitter when we were shooting.
All right, so I'm going to stop it right there before we go to the next person he gets on. And then we're just going to kind of give our thoughts or whatever. But Yeah, so he goes on this whole little rant on Ricky Smiley about how Ricky Smiley wears a dress on First Sunday, a movie that him and Cat Williams are both in. He played a grandma named Bernice Jenkins. That's one of his characters. If you watch any of Ricky Smiley's stand up, that's one of his characters. So just like Steve Harvey does Sister Odell. So if you know anything about these stand up, everybody got their own little, like character. You know what I'm saying? Martin with Shanae and all this other stuff. I mean, you have comedians that have all these different things. And so if somebody wants that character in a movie, I don't know what Cat Williams' problem with that is, but he kind of goes on that whole little rant about that and try to set the record straight that Ricky Smiley did not steal the show, and he was not going to play Money Mike, which Ice Cube came out and said, yes, Ricky Smiley did audition for Money Mike, but they thought he would have been a better fit for the Santa Claus. So that's that whole little thing with that. Then the second one is, have you two both watched what is that? What is it? Kings of Comedy.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you remember Cedric Entertainer's closing joke with the spaceship?
Oh, yeah. I remember.
So, evidently, 2 years before that was quote unquote recorded, Cat Williams was on BET's Comic View, and his closing act on maybe two of those shows was a Cadillac skit, very similar to Cedric Entertainer's spaceship skit. Because Cat did that joke first, and actually Cedric was actually at one of those shows and actually congratulated him on how good that joke was, Cat assumes that Cedric stole the joke, which to me, it kind of feels like he did, but it don't really, to me, it does. I mean, it was two different situations. You know what I'm saying? You had a Cadillac, you're talking about a Cadillac, and then you're talking about a spaceship. You know what I'm saying? Two different situations. Yeah, they're both funny. You do the whole routine verbatim, but you know what I'm saying? Let's see what Cat was actually saying, as far as in his words, what he's upset about. I believe it is.
Hey, we're told it's success.
Yes. Now, what was Ricky Smiley? Best actor should be in the best. Did it on TV in 2018. You came to see.
And you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie. That's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Cat Williams' joke? Yeah. He said, it don't lie.
All right, so he says some dates on here. He did not mean to say 2018 and 2019. He meant to say 1998 and 1999. So if you hear that part, it's going to sound like it's Cap, but he meant to say 1998, 1999.
Line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018. You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and he...
So that's Cap. He wasn't the principal. He was the teacher.
And then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, baby, and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Cat Williams in there.
I don't know, Cat. We might not let you drink anymore. The way you I mean.
So, so he goes on this rant, and honestly, it's a 3 hour. It's a 3 hour interview. So if you guys want to actually see that, I think I'll go ahead and put the link in the description after this to see the whole episode of Cat Williams. Just he goes in on the industry. It's not just the comedian. There's other people's that he said stuff about. There's a Ludacris, Jonathan Majors, so many others. It's the list is crazy because like there's people responding that I didn't even think he called out, and I'm like, wow. But you know, majority at first was the comedians Kevin Hart, Tiffany Haddish, Guy Tori, of course Cedric and Ced and Ricky, Faison Love. The list goes on.
He been had beef with Faison for the longest
Yeah,
time.
he has.
Yeah, I remember.
He has. Yep. And then what's the other one? Michael Blackston. He's had his beef with Michael Blackston for a bit, but he does call him out or takes a jab. There's a lot of these people that I'm saying he just actually just takes a jab at. You know what I mean? But he bigs up, you know, the people that he's cool with. Linnell, Red Grant, some of the people that he kind of tours with, you know what I mean? So, and all these people, like, these are all great comedians in their own right. They all have their own different styles. They're all still touring to this day, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I actually just watched a Linnell's, I think she has a Netflix special. I just got done watching that a couple of weeks ago. So, you know, everybody's still doing their thing, you know, still working hard. Faison, I haven't seen a stand-up of him, but he does interviews on Vlad. So, you know what I mean? He might get paid off of that. I don't know, but his name is still out there. Everybody has their own lane now these days. So for Cat to be bitter the way he is, of course, his beef with Kevin Hart is ongoing. To be bitter at the way he is in some people's mind. To me, he's not bitter. Cat is who he's always been. He's always been this way. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that he just didn't set like certain stuff at one point of time. The rules of Hollywood was, you know, I mean, you couldn't get stuff out like this. You know what I'm saying? It was in Hollywood. It was internal. Now with the help of, social media, YouTubes and Instagrams and Twitters and things of that nature, now it's easier to get all this information out. Plus, everybody is hungry for exposing somebody from being a snitch or a liar or a stealer or something like that. So the world is crazy. But now that we have all of this, I guess, technology and Cat's able to do this, how do you feel about him actually exposing the industry or at least saying his truth? Because a lot of his stuff could be cap. You know what I mean? I can call a couple of things that's cap that's like, dog, that's not how that went down. We all watched it. But how do you guys feel about Cat being able to, you know, blast off the allegations the way he is? I'm going to start with you, Noto.
Honestly, I think with that, I think he should, just like everybody should do. If you got a problem with someone or beef with someone, just take it. Don't try to put it on social media or anything else. I don't really see that being the case because that sounds like you're just trying to publicity or not publicity. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like another way to like cash cow, pretty much in the way I look at it, because like you're just gonna exploit everybody of what their problem is, like what you have a problem with whatsoever. But it's
let me add this on while you said that before I forget it. He is on tour right after this, so.
Oh wow. Anyway, it's back to what I'm saying. Again, I'm gonna say to that one, but still, yeah. Again, I mean, you're kind of setting. It's like you're kind of leaving a bad taste to like most of like to us as, you know, not us as in like and like people who watch you and stuff that we
Yeah.
grew up listening to your stuff, listen to your your comedies and everything else, but to blast like Kevin Hart and everyone else, it's like why? There's no point to this. It's like,
Hmm.
and then you went on this show just because
You
I feel
wanted to
like you,
do that.
yeah, you want to do it, but I feel like you also did it for clout in the process of it too.
Yeah, clout. Yeah, yeah, clout
Just
chasing.
like, and it's not really worth it. It's like if you got beef with someone, just don't do it on somewhere on someone's channel or social media or something. Just like if you got a problem, just take it up with them. Just talk to them whatsoever. That's
Hmm.
my whole ordeal with that. Because I feel like with the whole thing with social media and stuff like that, it feels like to me personally, like we're in this day and age where people getting killed because of certain things that someone says on social media or
Social media.
any kind of
Yeah.
situation like that. And that's one of the things like with me, that's why I don't really post a lot. Like I don't post a lot of stuff, but if I'm streaming, that's one thing I'll do. I'll
Hmm.
say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is scheduled done. But I'm not gonna say, oh, I have beef with this person because of such and such, like A, B, and C.
Hmm.
No point. Like that's just I'd rather just talk to my fiance or like you guys whatsoever and just go from there. But
Hmm.
again, it's different from us than like from famous people like actors, actresses, and comedians and stuff. It's different, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's how I feel, honestly.
Yeah. And just to add before I go to you, Sandstorm, he talked about this incident that he had with a radio station personnel down here in Atlanta. I want to say maybe 5 years or 6 years ago or something like that. Wanda Smith, another comedian, local comedian down here in Atlanta. She's been doing her thing on the radio for a long time. It was always the Wanda and Frank Ski show. So if you're down here in Atlanta, you know all about
Hmm.
that whole V103 crew and Wanda and all this other stuff. You know exactly who she is and actually what happened with her, Cat Williams, and Wanda's husband. So of course, I'm not going to actually go big time in detail because if you know about it, you know about it. If you want to look it up, just look up Cat Williams roast Wanda Smith. But in the return of that, when you had said something about people are losing their lives off of social media stuff, Cat almost lost his life for cracking jokes or joning on Wanda, and Wanda actually lost her job because of that whole situation. She's not on any radio station because of this whole situation. Her husband pulls a gun out on Cat Williams down at a comedy show in Atlanta at this comedy bar, and from there she lost her job. But the thing that I just look at is your mouth. The same thing that you're doing right here on Club Shay Shay is the very thing that got a gun pulled out on you here in Atlanta.
Hmm. Exactly.
I know you shouldn't back down from any man, from this and the third, or say your truths, but there's a way you can say this. You know what I'm saying? There's a way you can address all this. You know what I mean? So I feel that, you know what I'm saying, like what he's doing could be like Jay Biggs has said earlier up on the comments, you know what I'm saying? Like he gonna end up missing, like for real.
Yep.
Like
And then
seriously.
if you notice, what Shay Shay said in the video, basically like I think you had a little too many drinks.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's also another thing.
And that's another thing too that people kind of get at Cat for. They don't know if he's underneath the influence of alcohol or any
Hmm.
other drug or anything like that. One allegation is he's underneath, a drug induced something,
Yeah.
but we can't prove it. So right here, we clearly seen him drink something and then go on this rant. So obviously, there's some alcohol fueling this rant. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
but Sandstorm, how do you feel about this whole ordeal? And what does it do to the black community as a whole?
Um, honestly, I mean, one, Cat really hasn't been as relevant as he was in the past, to me personally.
True.
Um, but I feel like if you I kind of side along with Noto.
If you've got something, if you got some problems or you got something to say, I feel like it's better addressed with that person in person. Um, I understand he felt some sort of way because I guess the difference is like they made that public, they made that lie public in the first place. So he felt like, I'm gonna call you out on your stuff publicly too, and publicly let everybody know that you lied. Um, which like is something that I understand. I don't know, like if the thing he was talking about with Cedric, man, that was back in '97. Like that's almost 20 years ago at this point. Well, it's over 20 years, almost 30
Pretty
years.
much.
Yeah, pretty much.
But
Yeah.
it's like how do you hold on to that kind of stuff? Like at that point in time, like that stuff don't even matter. It would matter if you was like a nobody still, you know what I'm saying? And like he stole your hotness or whatever, and like you still didn't make it at that point. But like Cat, you already made it. Like you talking about yourself as a legend at this point. So like regardless whether he took your stuff or not, back then you overcame that. So like what's really the problem? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I think as far as like addressing other people or like going down the line and going off and stuff like that, I don't think that was really necessary. I think if he wanted to address what he wanted to address when he was talking about boy, I think he should have addressed that like how he did. And then just left it at that. Like anybody else who he was coming for, whose throat he was coming for, after that first little piece, it wasn't really even necessary because either one, they're not really relevant, period. Two, they're not really relevant to your life personally. And three, they not like at that point, who really cares? Like, except for you, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like oh, you need to get your lick back. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they got you. Like, we still waiting on that Cat Williams lick back. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't that kind of situation. So like, whatever disrespect you was feeling at that point from anybody outside of, boy talking about how he was gonna be, Money Mike, and that's really what you got your name off of. Um, who cares?
Yeah.
Like it don't even matter at that point. But I mean, it, I would say for a black person, like Cat, I feel like that is childish mentality. Personally, like if somebody got you on one, like you don't really have to sit there and justify anything. You know what I'm saying? Like especially if you succeed in life right now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you don't need to justify anything outside of that. Yeah, they got me for that, but like, did that really matter? Because I'm still rich. You know.
Right. Right.
But I feel like as a society as whole, man, I you know as as a black person, I'm not ashamed to be a black person by any means. But
Same.
man, like the moves that we've been making lately just is not cool with me.
Yeah.
I
Facts.
I personally feel like we 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 give other races opportunities to like mock us and
Mhm.
like kind of stereotype us and all this other stuff, and it really is because we do it to ourselves. Um so I think, looking at a situation like this, and he had a 3-hour thing, and if all 3 of them hours was about him ranting, and I saw a little bit of it, I'm gonna say like I'm disappointed. Like if you knew you was gonna do that for 3 hours, you should have did that with a counselor.
Exactly.
Well, to be fair, some of that, like Shannon would like try to,
Provoke
direct
it.
it.
Yeah,
Well, no, 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 no. He would try to direct it a different direction and actually like ask him about his life, and then somehow Cat has his whole little like he's telling you about it, but then somehow it
He'll
directs
circle right back to it.
Yeah.
and it directs to somebody else. Like
That's
like,
what I'm
dang,
saying.
where did that person come from?
That's what I'm saying. Like that's that. I personally say that's a childish mentality. Maybe other people think a little bit differently, but like I don't know, man. I can't. If I'm really like mad about something, yeah, I'll be mad about it in the moment. But especially this, where it's something professional. You know what I'm saying? Like I can have a conversation with you, Vito, for like an hour and a half about something I was mad about. That didn't necessarily involve you, but maybe involve somebody else. That's one thing. You know what I'm saying? But like it's a whole entire different thing if you get on somebody else's cast. Like you live and the public is seeing you and like being like, life is good, I'm working hard, but that same cat that I was just talking about, he holding me back. Like
Yep.
that's so unprofessional to me. So I just think I think that while I think it was a good idea for Cat to come on there and speak his truths about that particular part with the whole Friday After Next situation, I think that he did that a little early. Like I think in his mind he was like, I know exactly what I'm about to talk about. Yep. And he probably didn't talk to his boys about it. And if they did, if he did, like he ain't really got no real friends. But or he didn't talk to his his wife, or he ain't talked to no like loved ones about it before stepping on stage. Because I really feel like somebody been like, yeah, like yeah,
He
I
can
understand
send
you.
them to him.
Yeah, but you gotta kind of remember where you at. You gotta kind of chill out with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like but or maybe Cat's not stupid. He's smart. So maybe that was his whole goal. Like Noto said, maybe maybe he wanted the controversy because you never know. That's really maybe what his stand up is about to be about. Going on tour. Like he gonna throw some of those punchlines in, like, oh, and about Cedric. You know what I'm saying? Like that could very well be in his thing, and that's why he used that. But if it's not, yeah, I don't think that was really a good move.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, so let me pull this up real quick. All right, let me share this. Are y'all seeing this? That explains everything. That explains why he did that. Have you ever heard Eazy-E say this? Any publicity is good publicity as long as they got my name in their mouth.
Well, yeah, of course.
So
it's like I said.
So like Noto was saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? There has to be
There's
some type of
publicity.
clout, some type of promotion. Cat is a very, very smart individual. You can actually see him. They were actually talking about that particular situation, how he grew up. He grew up like his parents really wouldn't let him watch TV and nothing like that. He was up there reading books and things of that nature. So he was educating himself very, very early. He loves to read, you know what I'm saying? So one thing that he does is be a comic, and you have to know how to navigate not only on that stage, but you got to know how to navigate to sell these tickets, to announce that, oh, you know what I'm saying, like I'm going on tour. This is the beginning of the year. I got an interview with Shannon Sharp. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get on there and let me do this, let me do that, and address the people that were on this show that I had a problem with them saying this on this show or that on this show. When Cat gets in the role of everything and started exposing stuff, he just keeps going. He just keeps going, regardless of who's a casualty or not. You know what I mean? Who deserved it or not. Ludacris, by all people. Ludacris got a little bit of this. You know what I'm saying? And Cat, allegations of Luda being Illuminati or something like that. You know, all that conspiracy theory stuff. Like that. I mean, it's entertaining, And it could be funny at the time, especially if you're just watching it just to get a laugh or something like that. But if you look at all seriousness of this, this is an equivalent of the Oscar slap.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? A beginning of the year type of tragedy between a black on black person. This is something for me that I don't really like any race to do, but especially with us as black people, we have a bad rep on a lot of things. And
yes,
every year we talk about, let's make it better here, let's make it better there, let's get along here, let's get along there, and then somebody drops an ether like this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, before Cat did this, it was Soulja Boy every year. It will be, and what's crazy, Soulja is smart too.
Yeah.
He would literally, if you didn't notice, he actually got into an altercation with Blueface, a rapper, or, he got in this little argument at the end of the year. Okay, if he doesn't do something at the end of the year, he does something at the beginning of the year to have you talking about him. It is a beginning to end type of situation where Soulja Boy is like, I'm still here. You're still talking to me. You're still talking about me. I am controversial every year. I can be talked about every year. So when I sell something during that time, I'm guaranteed some sales because I have attention right now. This is publicity. Cat does that as well. Before he goes on tour, there is a controversial something he says. It might be little, but there's always something that he says, you know what I mean? So, but the way he did this one, I really feel that Cognac really had a nice little bite to it. You know what I'm saying? They started off by saying that Cognac was very smooth and distilled pretty nicely. So I'm gonna have to actually figure out, where Shannon Sharp is selling that Cognac, because that's a hell of a drink for having Cat Williams go on there for almost 3 hours,
exactly,
talking.
Right.
Like that. You know what I mean? So, but I really feel that, we can do better. We can do better, especially in the entertainment. You kick the man while he's down too, which it kind of wasn't no kick. It was basically in comedic form. Like, if you know comedy, you everything's going to be talked about.
Yep.
Right? So the Jonathan Majors thing, he was like, the only thing he said was, yeah, I would never be with a white woman right now, not because I don't like them. Oh, I loves me a bunny. But what I can't do is be caught running down the street like Jonathan Majors. No, I was like,
That's horrible.
Which, to me, even that situation, that was kind of crazy. That it got a chuckle out of me just because that man ran from like Manhattan to like Brooklyn, dog. Like he ran to Queens with that. Like, I was like, is he gonna stop? But anyway, he'll take little jabs at people, and it's like Dave. It's like Dave Chappelle. You know what I'm saying? Dave would take a jab at, his new special came out. He took a jab at the trans community, and the way he did it, it was
again.
Well, not like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, when you watch it, it's not it's the trans people that makes it more than what it is. You know what I'm saying? He's really not like getting at them. He just says something that's just like, you know what I'm saying? Just you know what I mean? It's just tongue in cheek. You know what I mean? So, he just did a little something, and he was like, I'm not talking about him no more, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's the end of that. But, Dave, he's going to do a little jab. That's comedians. Comedians, no matter what it is, if it's a real beef, they're going to do a little jab about it. Like, Chris Rock will forever jab at Will Smith and Jada.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially with that picture that Jada just came out with. You saw that?
Oh, God.
Boy, I thought that was Fat Joe at first. I was like,
I thought so too.
He lost a lot of weight. And I was like, oh. They said that was Jada. I said, oh.
Yeah, when you see me, I was like, what the?
I was like, oh no.
No, seriously, I thought either Fat Joe or Pitbull or something.
Yeah, like I literally legit thought that was that thing was crazy. But you know what I'm saying? Like I could see Chris Rock doing his little jab. You know what I'm saying? That's part of comedy. That's part, and that's why I said this particular situation affects us. You see how I'm able to just crack those jokes real quick. I just cracked some comedian jokes on like that's part of our culture. You know what I'm saying? That makes us. So for us to see OGs beefing, and you got more gray in your stuff than us, and it's all gray, and you're beefing like you're young, like you 20s, like in your 20s. That's disheartful. When I see gray, I think of wisdom. I want to see you say positive things, do positive stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what I think about that. But with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap up today's discussion, today's episode. We are an hour and 35 minutes, so that's pretty good. You know what I mean? Nice discussions and stuff like that. This is our first episode of the new year, so happy New Year's to you guys. And this is definitely going to be a nice year, staying positive. There's big things going on. There's big things I'm planning to do this year that y'all going to see on this channel, that y'all going to see elsewhere. I'm just excited for this whole year. There is certain stuff I am kind of confused on. I'm like, dang, I don't know what I'm going to do that, but I know I'm going to do it this year. But there are other stuff that's like planned. So I like to thank Jay Biggs for stopping by. Thank you, dude. Thank you for Amanda B stopping by. Happy New Year's to you. And, we have our podcast tomorrow, so make sure you come over here to the Sandstorm Show. But definitely to all the new subscribers, shout out to anybody that subscribed or caught any of my content throughout the holiday. I know it was kind of just a busy time where a lot of people probably wouldn't be on as much, but, thank you for those that has checked it out, hit that like button, shared. We're still doing that giveaway for a free subscription to a streaming service. So if y'all want to enter that, or someone that would love this type of content and y'all finally kind of stumble across my stuff, we're doing that giveaway to our 200 subscriber mark for that free subscription. So please go ahead, hit them like buttons, hit that notification bell, and comment. You can just say, hey, that's it. You know what I mean? You can do the wave emoji. As long as you comment, you're entering yourself into our contest. But before we get out of here or whatever, I'm gonna have you guys pimp out y'all pimps out stuff, announcements. Noto, let's start with you, then Sandstorm.
All right, so as of right now, like I said, last time I did this, I'm still not streaming yet. I'm actually in the middle of doing some new projects right now in this garage. Two of my items actually came in. I got me a new TV mount where I can actually rotate this TV that I'm looking at 90 degrees. So yeah, this is gonna be actually pretty fun to play with. With that, it's gonna be set up for some new stuff I have set up. So the DDR work. So instead of me doing DDR workout, I can actually do another game I've been wanting to try out, which is Sound Vortex. I have the controller here. I just wanted to get the mount and have it ready. I got my new mini computer, just already had installed all the stuff I needed. So that's already set. So I should be back up and running streaming, I believe, not this week, but the following week I should be back up and running again because I'm just getting the last bit of stuff being done. So I'll be ready for that. I still have the same two games already up and running, which is Secret of Evermore and Super Mario RPG. I'm actually playing that a little bit more offline right now. So I'm pretty much almost done. I can finish it like in a day or two, so I'll be okay. But I won't be able to touch it until like maybe tomorrow. Other than that, yeah, just been doing that. And if I do my DDR workout, I am going to have a special guest. Last time, my friend Justin may make an appearance. I just got to let him know, and we'll do that and have fun with that. So you guys hope you enjoyed that as well. And that's about it I have. So
all right. Sandstorm, what you got for us?
So our podcast tomorrow is the end of the year podcast for 2023. But we've got the Super Mega Ultra Avengers team coming through. We've got a few people. Vicky Fangirl Reviews coming. We've got some people from Winging It Podcast coming, and we got Clocked It, I believe, is coming as well from on the other side of the pond. My brother over in England.
I wonder how that's working. Like, what time is it?
It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock his time. So
morning time, right?
No, nighttime.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, really?
So it's
Okay.
4 o'clock during the day, our time, 9 o'clock his time. Um, so which is why he could never show up on our podcast because we do it at 9 o'clock, which means it's like something in the
4
morning.
o'clock in the morning over
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
makes sense.
So, but yeah, so we're gonna have quite a few people on the end of the year, and we're gonna do our big end of the year thing, game of the year and all that other stuff, and just talking about that. I don't know if anybody from N10 is coming, but we'll see. And then Sunday we have another end of the year podcast with the Winging It podcast, is talking as a whole, and then last Monday we did our, which was surprising, we did our end of the year for the Juices for the Jill podcast. So I'm sure we'll do something like the beginning of the year for the Jill podcast on Monday. If there is one, I'm not absolutely sure. What you're seeing right now, you can't really see it that well, but I've actually rearranged this whole desk because hopefully soon, it's not going to be tomorrow. I was really hoping it was going to be tomorrow. I could debut it as the second episode of the Stormcast, but tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but soon there will be a monitor over here. So this will be like this arrangement of this viewing angle is not going to be this way anymore. So we're gonna change the viewing angle of how you guys see it, and yeah, so yeah, that's all that's gonna go for the Stormcast. Oh, real quickly, if you have not subscribe to the channel, we are still doing the road to the 500. I believe we're at
41, right?
Something like that.
I got you right here. It is. Dang, cuz, hold on. What in the world just happened? Normally that just pop right up. No, not today.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it likes to play around with me, you know what I'm saying, here and there or whatever. Hold up. Here we go. It is at 442. So we just got a new subscriber.
Yeah, so we're at 442 subscribers and moving. We still got a ways to go, but better sign up earlier than later. The closer we get to 500, the closer we get to that $50 gift card, which we're giving away, and then we'll be at 600. Also, side note, real quick, shout outs to, I believe it was Key. I can't remember which one of the N10 folks over there just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Nice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Which is
I saw that the other day too. I forgot who it was.
I could tell you because it was just on my recents. Maybe I can't tell you because it's actually kind of far down. But I'm pretty sure if it wasn't, was it Key? No, it was Night Sky. Night Sky.
Gotcha.
Yeah, hit 1,000. He was on our last year's podcast. So yeah, shout outs to him. But yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Yep. So new year, new stuff. So hopefully I'll have the new setup on and popping soon. I'm not going to give any dates just yet, but we're going to start a new channel. 2 new channels actually for us here. Me and Sandstorm, we're going to start a new one or whatever like that. It's actually not even going to be us talking. Straight up music. We're gonna try to make our own little stuff. So we'll basically try to give you guys more of the details when that actually kind of folds out. When we plan it or whatever. I have another channel that I'm gonna be working on with my uncle. We don't know what it's gonna be called yet, but definitely stay tuned for that. It's definitely gonna be sports talk. You know what I mean? So if you love sports, if you love hip hop, we're gonna be talking about some sports and hip hop, you know what I mean? But other than that, stay tuned for next week. We should be doing the Vito variants again. I'm picking that back up. So in my original format. So you know what I'm saying? It's gonna basically just, you won't see my face. You'll just, you might if I do a reaction to a trailer, but I'll be talking about some video games that's coming out. So definitely stay tuned for all that. And again, you'll catch us tomorrow on the Stormcast. It is our end of the year 2023. wrap up session, and we will have that Avengers All-Star cast. Shout out to all our associates, the Winging It podcast, the Jail podcast. Am I missing another podcast associate?
I feel like
I don't
there
think
is.
I don't think I am. But anyway, shout out to Vicky the Fangirl, because yesterday or the day before she had a stream on Twitch that was very informational. I didn't know, you know what I mean? She had me up here like, oh man, I need to get my life together. Let me go ahead and do this. Let me write some notes
She's a
down.
teacher for a reason.
Yeah,
Yep.
she's a professor for a reason. So, you know, shout out to her and stuff. That was very very insightful, you know what I mean? So but other than that, I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.